Allez, bonjour. Donc aujourd'hui on commence le nouveau jeu qui s'appelle The Council. Apparemment donc c'est un jeu épisodique. Donc ce que je ferai c'est que si les épisodes sont plus ou moins... enfin, on verra la durée par exemple du premier épisode, mais je pense que je ferai un épisode par stream. Comme ça peut être sympa. Donc sauvegarde 2. Nouvelle partie. Voilà.
Stop! You're not getting anywhere with this, Von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah. Listen. Nothing.
Alors je vais juste faire un truc avant. Voilà.
Not a sound. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body.
If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive.
You know, Louis, I have no intention of beating your dear mother. There are more persuasive ways of making you talk. You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back. Where have you hidden it?
Von Borchert, you can't sell that book on the black market anymore. This is finished.
We know you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into. Oh, but you will tell me where it's hidden. I can promise you that.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready. With this, your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours. You'll see. It loosens tongues in no time.
You know, I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational. And open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Draw him over here. I'll take care of him.
Von Borchert! Von Borchert!
Hmm?
Listen. Let's make a deal. I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
Let me do this. Trust me.
Allez, on fait confiance.
Please, be my guest, Mother.
Well done, Louis. You reacted perfectly.
How do you feel, Mother?
Couldn't be better. He's alive, so I can question him after we get back. Pity he's just a middleman. Means I haven't finished with this case.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd be running off on one of your adventures again, Mother. You know what? I'm warning you. This time, I'm coming with you.
No. Even though you impress me more and more, I have to do this on my own.
Mother, you're no spring chicken anymore.
Come on, let's go home. And don't forget to send our men to tend to Von Borchert.
La vieille, elle me fait un peu penser à McGonagall. Lisez une lettre adressée aux auteurs.
Well done, Mother. You just had to pick up Von Bertrand's trail on your own, didn't you? You ditched me in Paris with no explanation, and off you go to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer? And now he writes me to say that you've gone missing on his private island? Which, by the way, looks more like a big rock than a paradise island.
The least he could do is explain to me how he managed to lose you. In any case, it is time for you to stop all this, Mother. It no longer suits your age. Well, I'm sure I'll find you once again, slogging through the caves beneath the island, searching for some long-lost mystical object that you just can't live without. I'm already hating this trip, and all I've done is think
Contrary
about
to
it.
what one may be able to imagine, it was not the host himself who invited me.
Well now, Duchess, we find ourselves both invited by Sir Holm.
Well, how very amusing. Perhaps we have some common interests, Your Eminence. Is this your first time at one of Lord Mortimer's legendary parties?
Oh no, we have been friends since long ago. But as I'm doing some business with Sir Holm, the invitation came from him.
Well, I simply can't wait for all the festivities to begin.
And you, good sir, what brings you here?
Oh, ça lui regarde pas.
Your Eminence, with all due respect, I prefer to keep my reasons for coming here to myself. I promise, it has nothing to do with the legendary party that you all appear to be preparing for.
Believe what you will, my son. However, everything is related to the legendary parties organized by our host.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that, Cardinal.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island, and only a very few ever make it. Indeed, I imagine this must be your first time here.
And you, Duchess? You seem to be quite accustomed to things here. Am I right?
I do not think that one can ever get accustomed to what Lord Mortimer prepares for his guests. But you are right. This is not the first time I've been on this wharf.
If you've come back again, I imagine you must find it to be of some interest.
Here, everything is possible if you make the right choices. It really is up to you whether you leave better off or not.
Please excuse me if you find me overly curious, young man. I did not mean to cause you any embarrassment. Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess. A cardinal? A duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are this prestigious. If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
Are you all right?
Mother? Oh shit, your hand!
Oh la vache.
So,
Okay, it's done.
did you put it in a safe place?
Yes. I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah. No one's going to find it.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right. Just one thing left to do.
No, Mother, no, don't!
What? Have you lost your mind?
There is no other way.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah. Don't. No. No! You can run if you want to, Sarah, but you will pay for what you've done.
Hugh.
Louis, are you all right? What's going on? Here, take this.
I'm sorry.
Keep it. Are you better?
I'm fine. Don't worry. It's getting late. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes! I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly. Am I going crazy or what?
Alors,
This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me. What's happening to me, for God's sake? I absolutely need to find you, Mother.
ok, donc ça c'est pour zoomer. Bon, apparemment je peux voir l'avenir, du moins des prémonitions.
Louis, during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
Ah, choisissez votre classe. Diplomate. Le diplomate brille en société. Orateur de talent, il sait éviter les faux pas et impose ses idées sans froisser ses interlocuteurs. La politique est son domaine de prédilection. Occultiste. L'occultiste est maître des faux semblants. Convaincu de l'importance du savoir, il a accumulé de riches connaissances en sciences et en art. Utiliser les autres pour arriver à ses fins ne lui pose aucun problème. Et détective, le détective excelle en investigation, il est entraîné à remarquer les moindres détails tant dans l'environnement que chez ses interlocuteurs. Homme de terrain, il n'a pas peur des approches directes. Politique, équité, linguistique, conviction, diversion, manipulation, occultisme, méditation, sans superfuge. Celui-là, il me tente pas trop. Interrogatoire, vigilance, psychologie, agilité, logique. J'hésite entre diplomate et détective. On va prendre détective, tiens. D'accord. Donc ça c'est l'heure de compétence. Votre passé vous octroie un point de compétence en manipulation et en psychologie. Remarquez les détails notables ou les événements déplacés par rapport à leur contexte. Lisez le comportement des gens comme un livre ouvert. Analysez efficacement le comportement et l'apparence de vos interlocuteurs. Utilisez votre coordination contre l'environnement. Ça peut être pas mal. Et exercez votre esprit logique et vos techniques orales. Donc j'ai 3 points disponibles. Et j'ai déjà un en psychologie. Agilité, ça peut être pas mal. Vigilance aussi. Et logique. Ah.
Well, over the last few years, I've solved a number of crime cases. Like the chauffeur d'Angers, for example. Thieves that tortured their victims with burning embers.
Charming. How did you catch them?
I told the most cowardly one that the others had given him up.
Ah, and I wager your thief suddenly started to talk.
You wouldn't believe it. He told us everything. The jobs, the stashes, the names of his partners. Couldn't shut him up.
I heard about that case, but I didn't know you were the one who solved it.
I'm flattered that the news made it across the channel. And you've got a darn good memory, Duchess.
Well, they say I have the memory of 2 people. But please, call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
Oui, bien sûr.
How could I forget a woman such as yourself?
A woman such as me. What a sweet talker you are. Remind me of how we met.
Merde. Compétence vous donne accès à des choix et actions uniques en fonction de points d'effort. Plus le nombre de compétences est élevé. Ok. Bon bah les deux sont...
Don't you remember? We bumped into each other at Mesmer's show in Paris. That fraudster had even bamboozled the Marquis of Lafayette.
You too, apparently, because I've never been to see him.
Ouch. Well, that didn't work.
Right, time to go to the manor.
Vos compétences vous permettent de découvrir des détails cachés, sélectionner l'élément le plus cohérent avec les situations pour les découvrir. Les opportunités ne consomment pas de points d'effort. Il suffit d'avoir débloqué la compétence nécessaire à la situation pour y avoir accès.
I ask her a question, she answers with another. Is she playing with me?
Oh, ça va être compliqué alors. Chaque interlocuteur que vous rencontrez sur l'île possède une personnalité propre, qui le rend vulnérable à certaines compétences et immunisé à d'autres. Savoir exploiter cette personnalité est crucial pour mener à bien vos projets. Les immunités rencontrées vous desserviront et vous laisseront épuisés, tandis que les vulnérabilités exploitées rendront au point d'effort. Ok.
Emily, please excuse my insisting, but you still haven't answered about my mother. Do you know her?
You'll see, Louis. Everybody here knows Sarah de Richet.
Alors attends. C'était là? Non, personnage. Non, c'est pas là. Immunité contre logique. Ok.
I don't know where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Alors, les talents. Vous obtenez des talents en réalisant certaines actions. Pensez à regarder leurs conditions de blocage. Ok.
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name, please?
Louis Moras de Richet.
Monsieur de Richet. Delighted to welcome you among us, sir. You must be Sarah de Richet's son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
What can you tell me about the disappearance of my mother?
2 weeks have passed since Sir's mother went missing. All the staff here have since been busy searching every nook and cranny of the island. But Sir may rest assured, we shouldn't be long in finding her.
And just what have you found so far?
It would seem that Sir's mother may be hiding on the island and regularly changing her location. But no one seems to know why she would find this behavior necessary.
What do you mean?
On several occasions, we have found leftovers of food, a few of her things, or even traces of campsites. The reason why we are searching the wharf again is because lights were spotted there last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
And did you find anything then?
We discovered a certain amount of damage, sir, on the wooden part of the wharf.
What type of damage?
Alors attends, le serviteur. Vulnérabilité interrogatoire. Ok.
Barrels, mainly. We'll do whatever is necessary to have them rapidly repaired. But quite frankly, I can't imagine what Sir's mother would have been doing with them.
What could Mother have been doing with barrels?
Nevertheless, our search of the wharf hasn't been entirely unsuccessful, though.
What do you mean?
We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials SDR. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richet. I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here.
Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
Give me the handkerchief. I'll personally show it to Lord Mortimer.
Well,
I've traveled hard for several days in order to get here.
Yes, but...
Invited by your master.
No, of course, but...
Because my mother went missing right under your nose.
Sir, please.
And having only just arrived, you refused to give me her personal belongings?
Of course not, sir. It was never my intention to contradict, sir. Here you are. I must return now. It is still much to prepare in order to welcome all the guests.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. Let's think. What could she have been doing out here on this wharf? There's no way I'm leaving without finding out about Mother. There's no way I'm leaving without finding out about Mother.
Ah d'accord, je dois chercher. Bon, on a le mouchoir de moment. Par contre, je vois rien du tout. Option. Non, pas là. Bon. Pas grave. Là.
Hey, there's something not right about this floorboard. It's different from the rest. There we go. Let's see what's hidden inside.
There's a book and also a bag. The Mysterium Cosmographicum. I know that book well. Mother used to read passages from it to me all the time.
And judging from what I can see, it's the same one as hers. For crying out loud, what's happened to you, Mother?
Les manuscrits permettent de s'instruire au cours de l'aventure. Chaque début de quête pourrait choisir vos lectures et gagner ainsi des points de compétences permanents. Ok.
Let's look inside the bag. A little food, a few toiletries, a small key, and some kind of black powder. Some fruit, a piece of bacon, and some bread. The fruit's still firm. The bread's a bit stale. From the smell, this food's been here roughly 2 days, and if it's rationed, there's enough left to last 2 more days. Shit, those are definitely my mother's things. I recognize her hairpins. This bag smells of her perfume. A piece of soap, some oils, and a powder
Ouais, t'es bien
puff.
préparé quand même. Hein.
What does all this mean? The bottom of the bag is covered in black powder. An iron key completely rusted. You never know. It might be useful. I hope Mother wasn't counting on it.
Je sais pas si je prends le sac. Bon, on va prendre le sac quand même.
Just in case, I'll take it all. I'll give it back to Mother when I see her. Crying out loud. Why did you hide supplies in the middle of nowhere, Mother? I don't know what's going on here, but you obviously feel like you're in danger.
Avec la clé, là.
It's locked. I'll never get it open barehanded. we are.
Bah voilà. La gelée royale restaure 2 points d'effort. Ok.
This looks like a pistol case, but it's empty. I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed. Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful. This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels. Uh-huh. What have we here? It's cannon powder. It's unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but it's a waste. Apparently, someone on this island has gone through a whole lot of trouble to arm themselves. I really must find you, dear Mother, and quickly too.
Ah, c'est encore de la gelée. Du coup, je voulais regarder ça. Non. Hop. Alors, non, c'est déjà ajouté. Manipulation. Ça va. Ah, mais comment je fais pour l'utiliser? Non, c'est pas là. Bon, c'est pas grave. Est-ce qu'il y a encore d'autres... Ah,
A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any.
okay.
Honey. I couldn't have hoped for better.
Du miel. Du miel, du miel. D'accord.
Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time.
Je vais tout regarder, hein, moi je m'en fous.
Nothing special. Let's see what's hidden inside. Ah. One of the letters is stamped with the seal of the order.
Ça lui coûte 3 points d'effort de regarder les lettres, bah putain.
But who is this Samuel Ritter d'Auchois? Who are you writing to? I don't recognize the name. Let's see what's inside this letter. So,
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he's going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the occasion. Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Richet.
what is your game here, Mother? Secrets, always more secrets. You've never talked to anyone using language like this. Something's going on here. Who is this Samuel Ritter? And for crying out loud, who is this Manuel Godoy that you keep bringing up? Think. Godoy, Godoy, Manuel Godoy. Why does the name sound so familiar?
Eh ben non, ça me revient.
I'm guessing he's a man of some importance. Spanish, I'd say. But just can't put a face to him. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me. So, let's go through this. My mother's been hiding pieces of bread between the rotten boards of the wharf in the middle of the night. That's not normal. And if that weren't enough, looks now like she's armed. Meanwhile, she also takes the time to send out letters, reassuring whoever might be interested that she's having a fabulous time here. So odd. So very odd. And that's not even all I've noticed. But maybe I ought to move on to the manor now. They'll be waiting for me. Let's see what's hidden inside. Let's look.
written in an Oriental language.
Je peux pas.
I haven't the slightest idea what it says. It's too badly written, I can't make out the address.
Ok.
The address is 50 Bedford Square, London. The addressee's in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That reminds me, it's about time the Order sent some envoys there. Probably a Dutchman. An address in Cairo, Egypt. Mortimer communicates with the whole world, apparently. This envelope is meant for the Vatican. This name sounds familiar. Prashi. No. Can't seem to place it.
Bon. Allez, on va aller monter les escaliers. Ça, je l'avais déjà vu.
Latin inscription. En nessis, mi fili quantilia produncia mundus ergatur.
Eh ben non. Je connais pas.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop? Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Ricci, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance.
Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Alors, confrontation. Il y aura une confrontation. Vous devez franchir des étapes en vous montrant le plus convaincant possible. Les confrontations ont des conséquences sur la suite de l'histoire. N'hésitez pas donc à utiliser vos compétences. Chaque confrontation affiche une interface indiquant à quel point votre interlocuteur est convaincu.
Thank you, my son. I bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Ça sert à rien d'être aussi... donc on va lui dire.
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow, then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable.
But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
Je sais. Collectionneur, ouais, je peux pas lui dire. On fait partie de l'ordre doré ou secret professionnel. Si je lui dis ça, ça va le braquer. Si je lui dis ça, je sais pas si c'est ses oignons. Ah. Bon, allez, on tente.
My mother and I belong to the same secret organization, the Golden Order, which I joined a few years ago. Mother trained me, and I assist in her research. In other words, you can trust me.
My child, you are telling a perfect stranger
Eh
that
merde.
you and your mother work for a secret society. It would seem that discretion is not one of your specialities, my son. You will understand that it does not encourage me to put my trust in you.
Shit. All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Allez, on tente ça.
Only you know that, Your Eminence. If you're asking me if you can trust me, or if I can keep a secret, I would answer yes, absolutely.
I understand.
In truth, it all depends on the nature of the contents of your letter.
It is a list of names.
This list must be of extreme importance.
If only you knew. It's a list of people that your mother must help. Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
Dernière étape. Pour dernière étape d'une confrontation, vous devez convaincre votre interlocuteur avec une réponse positive. Si vous donnez une mauvaise réponse, cette étape se répétera jusqu'à ce que vous en donniez une bonne. Donc ici, au cours de mon adresse. Oh, c'est facile alors. Ah. Oh, pas de souci.
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret.
Yeah.
Monsieur de Chaîne. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
De nombreux objets et indices sont cachés. Certains d'entre eux peuvent avoir un impact sur le déroulement du jeu. Ok. Bon, c'est cool, on a réussi. Alors, ça, je sais toujours pas ce que c'est. Donc lui, il est vulnérable à l'interrogatoire. Ok. Vulnérable à la logique et l'interrogatoire. Et elle, la logique Il est immunisé. Ok. Ah, talent faux. D'accord.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms. Blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic destiny.
Croix de Malte. La croix de Malte octroie l'effet exalté. Vous percevez temporairement les immunités et vulnérabilités affectant des choix de dialogue dans des conversations. D'accord.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Alors attends, par rapport à la carte.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch. A biography of the great men.
Je vais tout piquer, je vais tout prendre.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi? He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simple.
George Washington, President of the United States.
Ah, carrément.
Delighted at
D'accord.
last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Richet. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet. And you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Richet's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Horn, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Pas inventer.
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Non, attends.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Ça.
Good Lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's It's the highest distinction of the Order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Ah, donc on peut peut-être lui faire confiance à Georgie.
Holy shit. That's the man for my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apology.
Il fait peur, lui.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
Je pense que le plus important, c'est de découvrir le lien. Washington, on pourra lui parler après, je pense.
My vision is more important. Let's follow home.
I'll follow you, sir. Mr. Washington, I hope to speak with you at greater length on another occasion. Emily, please excuse me, but I would like to speak to Sir Home. I shall see you later.
My friend, I hope our dear Giovanni is well.
The troubles in France have fatigued him, but he will recover slowly. Do not fear. He apologizes for remaining in Rome. The voyage was too much for him.
And right he was too. The mildness of the Mediterranean, eh? Come, sit down and have something to eat, my friend. You look rather pale. Excuse me, sir. I have been neglecting my duty. I haven't introduced myself. Sir Gregory Holm, an old friend of Lord Mortimer's.
A real pleasure, sir.
You who must be well used to the court of France. How do you find this peaceful little haven?
Charming if I hadn't come here for disturbing reasons.
Yes, I heard the news. What a story.
Indeed. I wanted to ask you.
Ouais, tu la connais en fait.
You seem to know my mother well. Is that true?
Who does not know of her, sir? She has such a wide circle that everyone knows your mother from a distance or close up.
Everyone knows Sarah, my son.
But you only know her by her reputation.
I remember she once worked for the Crown of England and that she always honors her engagements. However, we have never been personally introduced, sadly.
Well, if I'm to believe my vision, you're not going to get along with her.
Thank you for your answers, Sir Home. But I beg your pardon. I get the impression I know you. Have we met?
Except in my dreams, of course.
Not that I remember, young man. Perhaps you are mistaking me for another member of the Chamber of Lords. What with the wig and the powder, it wouldn't be the first time.
No, you were definitely the one I saw threatening my mother.
I thought... Never mind. It'll come back to me. Would you allow me one last question, sir? I don't want to take up all your time.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Ça, je pense pas qu'il va me le répondre. Hillsborough, je sais même pas qui c'est. Je m'en souviens déjà plus. Est-ce qu'il manquait quelqu'un d'autre?
Do you know if anyone else has gone missing recently?
Not at all, sir. It's as if Sarah has purely and simply vanished into thin air.
That's right. Just take me for an idiot, why don't you?
Not even a servant, then?
Not even a servant. I can assure you, we would have been informed.
Keep your faith, my son. Only the celebrated Sara de Rice could vanish before our very eyes, and she will reappear. You will see.
insisted that you rest in your room.
Do you want me to call someone?
Let me handle this. I'm used to this kind of thing.
Thank you, Mr. Duché.
Miss, can you hear me?
Leave me.
Her breathing is becoming stable and her heart rate too.
Pale complexion, thin, broken nails, an enormous scar on her temple, tattoos on her hands. I don't know what happened to you, Missy, but it looks like you've been through hell.
Can you tell me something about her?
Who the fuck is that?
Who is this young lady?
Elizabeth Adams. She's come to the island for a course of treatment, to rest.
For a course of treatment?
That's right. The seer can do wonders. Are you all right, Elizabeth? Do you feel any better?
When did she arrive?
4 days ago.
Okay. My mother had already gone missing. She's just regained consciousness and she immediately reaches for her brooch? I don't know exactly what it means to her, but obviously it's got to be something important.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? You gave us quite a fright.
Take it easy, miss.
Let me... I just need to get back to my room.
Of course, my dear. Go ahead.
You saw it, didn't you?
Pardon me?
I segni della bestia.
Sorry, Your Eminence. I don't speak Italian.
Forget it. It doesn't matter.
Gentlemen, it's getting late. It is time for everyone to go to bed. It has been a long day.
It's all the more delicate.
I'll see what I can do, but the case I'm on at the moment might well leave me with very few opportunities. Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Oh, it's naughty to tell lies. Bet my life that you were talking about something totally different from the decoration of the manor. But to find out what, I should have stayed with them. Too bad.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
Sir Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Just mentioning Elizabeth totally changed Washington's attitude. Looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
Washington looks surprised, but Holmes doesn't seem to see it. I wonder if he's being polite or if he really doesn't see his discomfort.
On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room?
Hop, je vais me remettre deux comme ça. Alors, on va explorer un peu ici. Là, il n'y a rien.
A drachma.
Lui, j'ai pas encore appris. Ils font peur hein, quand ils sont quand ils sont aussi proches comme ça. Ah ouais, donc ça, selon les... D'accord. Ok. Il est dit au bout du couloir. Je sais pas si c'était celui-là ou l'autre. Ah, tiens, il y a des noms là.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Ah. Ah d'accord. Quand c'est entré, ça veut dire qu'on peut pas y aller. Napoléon.
Monsieur Jacques Perru.
Jacques Perru. Ça me dit rien, je connais pas.
A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
D'accord. Élixir d'or. Donc ça enlève les trucs négatifs. Ok.
Decorum guide.
Ça vaut compétences en étiquette. Ok. Mais je sais pas si si ces points-là sont déjà ajoutés ou s'il faut les ajouter. Je suppose que là-haut, non, je peux pas y aller. Là, il n'y a rien. Là, j'en viens.
Monsieur Johann van Boone.
C'est joli, hein, en tout cas, c'est très joli comme, comme décor. C'est pas celle-là.
President George Washington.
Ok, ça c'est la chambre de Georgie.
This is Cersei.
Cersters. Sert à quoi? Là, je peux pas y aller. Ah cool, une deuxième gelée.
A Byzant from the Byzantine Empire. A coin often used during the St. Louis era. Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. Huh, that's me.
Ok, donc ma chambre elle est là, je vais juste aller voir le couloir s'il y a des trucs à choper. Là c'est la chambre d'Emily. Ah non. Ok, bon bah il n'y a plus rien.
Duke Manuel Godoy. Huh, that's me. Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
Ah merde, je peux pas. Ah, j'ai envie d'ouvrir. Ah, tant pis.
Let's see what it contains. Too bad for Piaggi. So, it really is a list of French countrymen. Piaggi wasn't lying. But now it's opened. I better get it to Mother soon.
Ah, ça va me retomber sur la gueule, je le sens, mais...
Wow.
Pas de regret.
Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
Putain, j'avoue, bien. Qu'est-ce que c'est que c'est? C'est dégueulasse. Je sais pas ce que c'est, mais c'est dégueulasse. L'eau de mélisse octroie l'effet concentré sur votre prochaine utilisation de compétences et gratuit. Ah, d'accord. Ok.
Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices. Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son. Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices. It always amuses me to see how art gets used for propaganda purposes. The conversion of St. Paul by Caravaggio. It's incredible. It doesn't look like a copy, but I was sure the original was in Rome.
Je peux pas.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer is giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Allez me coucher, mais je suis pas fatigué. On va aller sur le balcon.
Carmelite water will give me a little reprieve.
Et encore de la gelée, cool.
A Chinese coin, recognizable by the hole in the middle. If I remember rightly, that's called a cash.
Bon, pour l'instant, j'ai pas de raté. Alors, j'ai réussi. Donc, je suis remonté au manoir et reconstitué le parcours de la mer sur les quais. J'ai convaincu l'Italien de me confier sa lettre. J'ai rencontré le président Washington. J'ai choisi d'aller voir Sir Holmes. J'ai trouvé un livre étanche sur les quais. J'ai pu remarquer un talisman étrange au cou de Dabs. Donc Elisabeth, j'ai pu observer l'onglet et j'aurais pu rester. Ouais, c'est pas grave. C'est pas mal. Alors, 4 points. Tout ça, c'est du non acquis. Ok. Ça pourrait m'aider. Je vais encore booster la psychologie. L'agilité, j'en ai pas eu besoin. La vigilance, ça pourrait m'aider. Je vais mettre un point en politique, parce qu'apparemment, ça a l'air d'être bien utile. Équipement du manuscrit. Cette page vous permet de choisir vos lectures au cours de l'histoire. Chaque livre que vous lisez, blablabla. Ok. Et je peux en mettre qu'un. Donc ça, je peux pas le mettre. Un point de compétence en sciences, un en conviction, un en étiquette et un en psychologie. Psychologie, j'ai déjà pas mal. Conviction. Ouais, je vais mettre conviction.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
Durocher can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear.
Ah, Napoléon.
I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late. And we have much to discuss.
C'est ça, Napoléon. Mais c'est pas Christian Clavier. Ouais, en plus, il est mauvais perdant.
Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, take a seat, my friend.
C'était bien Napoléon. Et salut jumeau, comment tu vas?
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
Moi ça va. Là je découvre The Council. C'est pas trop mal.
Lime flower and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep.
Je sais pas si tu l'as déjà fait.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
Ah, tu connais pas. C'est un jeu épisodique, tu sais, comme Life is Strange. L'épisode 1 est sorti à une telle date. L'épisode 2, il y a genre 3 mois. Et là, maintenant que le jeu complet est sorti, bah, je me l'essaye.
I'm coming.
Alors, on va fouiller la chambre avant.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case that concerns us. By the way, enclosed, you will find a key that will enable you to retrieve the personal effects your mother left behind.
D'accord, pas de souci.
Yours faithfully, Lord William Moore.
Ok. Moi, je prends tout. Ah, cool, encore de la gelée. Bon, les peintures, on verra après. Oui, j'arrive.
Excuse me. Am
Ah,
I
tiens.
bothering you?
Non.
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Lorsque le temps... Oui, bah ça j'ai vu. Oui.
No. What's her name again?
Elizabeth Adams. Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she's supposed to be dead.
Oh.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens. I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost story.
Ouais, mais c'est le président des motherfucking United States of America. Quelque part, c'est un des ancêtres de Trump. Est-ce qu'on peut lui dire non? Allez, on va être sympa.
Count on me, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as possible. She must not return to her room.
Trust me.
According to Washington, Lady Adams is in the small salon. I better hurry.
Bah allez, gotta go fast.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Ah, c'est pas par là. En plus, j'ai pas mal de points d'effort, donc si jamais il faut la persuader de hop, 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 tu restes là, ma grande. C'est pas mal. J'ai cru entendre. C'est pas par là, je crois. Non, c'est pas par là. Qu'est-ce qu'il fout là, lui?
Ah, my son. Oh, you are a godsend.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear that? She is being manhandled in the small salon.
By whom?
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems. By the cut of his cloth, I'd say he's a member of the French Revolutionary Guard.
Ah, Napoléon,
Should
merde.
do something, my son.
Oui, pourquoi c'est à moi d'y aller?
Come on, this guy's a cardinal? Weren't you about to enter the room, Your Eminence?
Oh, no. I was just passing by.
But since I do happen to be here, shall we go in together now?
I'd rather go and find help. It's safer.
Let's see.
Va chercher l'aide de Jésus, tiens, tu vas voir s'il va te retrouver tes couilles.
Thank you, my son. May God watch over you.
Je te jure.
Who do you think you are?
Forgive.
Chemin multiple. Il existe plusieurs chemins pour atteindre votre objectif. Il est peut-être bon de réfléchir avant de vous engager. Oui.
Me, sir.
If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please, just let me go back to my room.
Bon, c'est pas Napoléon.
Hey, you, stay out of it. This is none of your business. I'm gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
What the hell's going on?
Huh? I don't think you know who I am.
Stop. I beg you. I didn't mean to. Don't hit me, please, sir.
Shit. If I step in, Adams might just run back to his room. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to search, but this girl's gonna suffer. Damn it, what should I do?
Ah! Ah! Ah, et puis en plus j'ai pas le choix là, c'est dégueulasse. Ah, tant pis.
I apologize. Have mercy. Please have mercy. No! No!
I apologize. Nah, nah, nah. Mercy, have mercy. Nah, nah, nah. Where's that smart mouth now? I'll teach you a little respect. Huh?
Ah ouais, ça c'est bon là-haut.
Look, you dumbass. Are you deaf? She said she was sorry.
Call me that again.
Leave her alone.
Are you looking for a slap, Sonny?
Ah non, parce que si je m'engage dans le fight, il me met une droite quoi. Et merde.
Get out. I have to deal with this dirty slut.
Ah, je pensais qu'il allait s'interposer, mais autrement, pas... Pourquoi il s'enfuit comme à lâche? Ah, donc lui, c'est Jacques Perru.
Well, did you get time to search the room?
Yes, I found out many things.
Good.
Did Elizabeth give you any trouble?
Elizabeth? No.
Non. Pas elle,
Well, you
non.
could have mentioned she was with a raving maniac, huh?
What do you mean?
She was with a Frenchman. He was about to beat her when I arrived.
What the devil are you talking about?
I thought he was gonna kill the poor girl.
Did you intervene?
I did what was necessary to give you enough time to search her room.
Good work, my friend. I knew that I could count on you.
So tell me, did you find any information?
Oh, yes. What I found is likely to upset you.
What do you mean by that?
Elizabeth is indeed the daughter of John Adams.
Why pass her off as dead?
I found her medical file. It appears that for many years, your mother was her personal doctor.
Oh.
From what I read, she behaved more like a butcher than a doctor.
What are you talking about? I'm not a child. What's going on here?
John believed that his daughter was possessed. He appealed to your mother to save her, but the treatment she inflicted on the poor child... My God.
Look, stop beating around the bush. What exactly did she do to her?
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
Waouh. Je la connais pas, hein, la mère, mais bon, elle a l'air assez déterre hein, quand elle le veut. Mais non, quand même pas.
My mother would never do something like that.
But she did. And with the blessing of the Order.
No, she wouldn't go that far. Prove it. Show me that file.
I left it in her room so as not to arouse suspicion.
My mother is not a monster.
I do not doubt that your mother meant well, but the techniques described in the file, it is pure torture.
Please, I need some time alone.
I have seen some horrors in my time. But if what is written in these damned documents is true, be brave, my boy.
Ouais. Moche. Moche. Je peux pas... Non, je vais y retourner. Ah, il y a quelque chose. Pièce de collection, très bien. Bon, toutes les peintures, ça sert à rien de les mater encore une fois. Là par terre, non. Bon. Ma chambre.
That's not the right way.
Bon, pas comme ça. Ça c'est bien ça. On te dit tout de suite non.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Ah, elle est là, ça. Ah, Hillsborough, c'est... D'accord, c'est la duchesse. D'accord. Parce qu'on te présente 20 000 personnes tout d'un coup, pour retenir les noms, c'est pas
Your
évident.
Eminence, what are you doing here?
I was worried about you, my son. How did it go with Miss Adams?
Problème résolu. Ouais, malheureusement.
Could have been worse. Let's say that Miss Adams will remember it for a couple of days.
What? Did you not intervene?
Of course not. What did you want me to do? That thug could have snapped me in half in 2 seconds.
So, you prefer to let that fragile young lady take a beating rather than risk getting slapped around a bit yourself? Mr. Derice, your mother would not have been proud.
Listen, next time it happens, join me instead of hiding behind the door. If you're gonna talk big, back it up.
You
Oui,
should be ashamed. I will pray for your soul, my son.
Là, c'est gentil.
My son, I have another problem. I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? The one I gave you in the home?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to...
Oh non, je peux pas le pipoter. Ah. Attends. Je peux pas le... Ah, c'est cachette. Ah mais j'en ai que 2 quoi. Et merde. Ah tant pis.
Here it is.
Ah il va être dégoûté.
You opened it.
Don't worry about that, Your Eminence.
You gave me your word before God.
I can assure you that my mother and I share everything.
That's enough. Your word is worthless. I give your mother this letter myself.
Je vais tout foirer. Pouah, pouah.
I'm exhausted. Better go to bed. I'll search my room tomorrow. Mother stayed here right before me. You never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Ah, c'est déjà la fin. Aïe. 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 Ouais, c'est pas fameux. Hein. Bon, j'ai retrouvé Lady Adams au petit salon. Je l'ai empêché d'aller dans la chambre. J'ai écouté Washington. J'ai laissé Elisabeth se faire. Voilà. Je me suis écrasé. Ouais. Bah, j'aurais pas dû. Ça, je le regrette par contre. Ça aussi, que Piagis a vu que je veux faire sa lettre. J'aurais pu en découvrir plus sur la vision. Ouais, j'aurais pu apprendre. J'aurais pu faire une singulière rencontre. Merde. Écoute. Alors, 4 points disponibles. Une conviction. Diversion, ça peut être pas mal. Ça pour l'instant, j'en ai peut-être pas besoin. Érudit. Bon, on va se cultiver un petit peu. Psychologie, ça peut être pas mal aussi. Et puis linguistique. Voilà, comme ça. Ah, pour valider. Talent débloqué sobre. Cool.
Alright. In my vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
Manuscrit. Ok, donc ça, ce livre-là, ça doit vouloir dire que c'est bon. Alors, je peux avoir plus 1 en sciences, plus 1 en étiquette ou en psychologie. Psychologie. Par contre, je vais juste voir dans... Hop, non. Dans talent sobre. Gagner un point en étiquette. Utiliser aucun consommable pendant une... D'accord. Gagner un point en agilité. Ok. Et donc du coup dans mes... D'accord, donc là j'ai le niveau 2 en psychologie. Okay. Alors.
Bien, monsieur de Richet.
Ça je l'avais déjà lu.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases. Nothing. The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance. The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch. Writing material. From what I see, no ink's ever been used on this quill. The smell reminds me of something. It smells like lemon. That's odd. Writing material.
Ok, donc apparemment on aime le citron.
Last Judgment. Why do I always get the most terrifying room?
J'avoue, ouais, c'est pas... Ok, bon, apparemment ici il n'y a plus rien. Subterfuge.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Look. Markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage. Oh, this bookcase is well stocked. Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round. A Voyage Around the World. The travelogue of the explorer, Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother? Found it. A faint sign of the Order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room. The paper's rougher around the writing. The paper's moist here. Very light stain, barely visible. And the smell reminds me of something. Come on, Louis, think. Think. Let's recap. My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She applied a liquid to the book.
She must have used the writing materials.
The quill has been
Ah, le
used, but
citron, oui, c'est
not
vrai.
with regular ink.
Apparemment, si tu écris avec du
A
citron,
message
c'est
using invisible ink. I bet you use the limit
de
to
l'encre
leave a
invisible.
message. Now, how do I reveal the message?
C'est vrai. Avec de la cendre, ouais, peut-être. Ah oui, c'est vrai. Bon, j'ai jamais essayé, mais je sais pas si ça marche ça, mais...
There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it.
Non, je savais même pas que j'avais la clé.
There's a note. Effects of Sœur de Richer to be given to her son, Louis. I should probably take it.
Fragment d'ambre. Vous venez de trouver un fragment d'ambre. Remettez ça en 4 pour augmenter vos points d'effort maximum de 1. D'accord.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
Alors ça peut être cool ça. Ensuite.
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice strong coffee though.
Alors la cendre.
Damn, I'm making a serious mess here.
Eh bien.
It's no good. Might have worked if the writing had left marks in the paper, but no. There's only traces of lemon. Luckily, I've only put ash on part of the message.
Bon, on a foiré une partie du message, ça c'est cool. Peut-être dehors. Rien là qui puisse m'aider.
This room looks unoccupied. This room looks unoccupied. Nothing.
La valise, le message.
Well, so it wasn't that. And I've just stained half the page.
Oh putain.
Ink is always used to write a message, never to reveal one. I must find something else.
Non, bah on va trouver. Et je peux pas, genre... hop. Non, je peux rien combiner. Je peux pas sortir. Donc au moins, je sais que c'est ici.
nice strong coffee, though.
Non, ça sert pas à ça. Bon. Tant pis, je viens de gâcher un truc pour rien. Un souci. Non. Ah.
Aha! It's working. The heat reveals the message.
Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere. Damn! The message continues, but thanks to me, the rest of the text is unreadable. Great. I hope it wasn't a unique edition or Mother's gonna kill me. Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Sir, dinner is served in the red salon.
Typical.
I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Alors, j'ai bloqué un truc. Ok. Ah, j'ai bientôt un subterfuge. Hein. Bon, on va y aller.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests.
Ah, ouais.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Attends, je vais juste voir si je peux m'infiltrer dans une des chambres. Celle-là, non.
Might be better to take a different stairway. That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Ah, je peux pas l'ouvrir. Bon, apparemment, je peux pas aller dans les autres salles.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault, too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Holm.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru.
I'm sorry. I should have stopped him from beating you.
What's done is done. It was my fault, not yours.
Don't say that. It's never the victim's fault. Look at your eye.
My eye's nothing. Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
Je pense pas que ce soit une traître.
My mother came here to do business with Lord Mortimer, but she seems to have gone missing. So I'm here to find her.
I know your mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No. I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated. And next you're gonna tell me my mother's also responsible for that scar on your head?
My heart stopped twice during the operation. I lost my memory for 6 months. You obviously have no idea of the abuse your mother inflicted on me.
Wait. There must be some kind of mistake.
My only mistake was ever meeting your mother.
She's able to describe every detail without hesitation or getting flustered. It's becoming difficult not to believe the poor girl.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
Elizabeth.
Vous êtes heurté à une immunité, un point d'effort est bloqué. Ok.
Fighting in me might ease your burden. Let me relieve you of some of your suffering.
Relieve me? Do you even hear yourself? Do you really think that by confiding in my torturer's son, I will be healed as if by magic? That it will bring my smile back? Or let me sleep at night? Look, you don't seem like a bad person. And I'm sorry you have to find out your mother's true colors like this. But I'm not going to pity you. Everybody has their cross to bear. I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they?
J'en sais rien, moi. Oui, son père.
Take your father. I'm sure he tried everything to save you.
Sure, he tried everything to keep me from upsetting his political affairs.
Merde.
Once I was declared insane, I was nothing but a burden that got in the way of his career. By leaving me with your mother, he made all the horrors possible. I've got nothing more to say to you. Figure it out yourself.
Ah, merci de me mettre ça en gros. Ah oui, non, son père, c'est... Ah bah non, je suis con. Son père, il croyait qu'elle était possédée, c'est un peu à cause de sa faute, en fait. Ah, c'est pas grave, c'est pas grave. Bon. L'élixir doré... Non. Ça. Voilà. Puis je pense que j'en trouverai d'autres.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
I would like to speak about your master, Lord Mortimer.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master. Is there anything else that sir would like to know?
What can you tell me about the guests?
Do excuse me, sir, but I am bound by discretion to say nothing about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir.
Tu sers à rien.
Perhaps sir would like to know something else?
Yes. Can you briefly describe the ground floor, please?
Very well, sir. On the ground floor, there are mainly living rooms. Sir finds himself at present in the Grand Hall. From the Grand Hall, Sir can access, on one side, the small salon, where the guests like to relax with a good book. From there, Sir can access the conference room, which is closed at present for preparations. That is where Lord Mortimer likes to gather all of his guests for talks. From the other side of the Grand Hall, Sir may access the dining room. That is where Sir's meals will be served. From the dining room, Sir may benefit from an exceptional view overlooking the island. It is also the best way to access the portrait gallery, where a large part of Lord Mortimer's works are exhibited. And in the gallery, Sir will also find access to the garden. But Sir may be reassured the building is accessible on both sides, so that it surrounds the garden in question. So, Sir should not find cause to worry. No one has ever gotten lost.
Sauf sa mère.
Has Sir another question?
Premier étage.
What's on the first floor?
The first floor is reserved for guests, sir. That is where Sir will find his private rooms. The main corridor leads around the building. 3 stairways will enable Sir to return to the ground floor. It is also from there that Sir will be able to reach the second floor.
Thank you very much.
Anything else, sir?
Yes. What can I find on the second floor?
That floor is strictly reserved for Lord Mortimer, sir. In the west wing on the second floor are his private chambers. In the east wing are the rooms reserved for Lord Mortimer's personal guests. At the moment, these rooms are reserved for Sir Holmes, sir. But only authorized guests may access that area. Does Sir have any more questions?
What is outside on the island exactly?
Lord Mortimer has made a point of keeping the main part of the island in its natural state, sir. For security reasons, only the wharves and the gardens are accessible to guests. If Sir would like to walk along the wharves, he has only to follow the pathway used upon his arrival. If he would like to walk in the interior gardens of the manor, I would advise Sir to pass through the portrait gallery. May I help Sir in any other way?
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
You wouldn't have a little golden elixir I could use, would you?
Oh, unfortunately, sir, I have orders not to give any of that medicine to any of Lord Mortimer's guests. Some guests are here to follow a very strict treatment. Mixing or combining certain substances would be dangerous for Sir.
Bon, tant pis.
I still haven't quite recovered after that boat crossing. Would you happen to have any devil's thorn by any chance?
I am sorry, sir, but the devil's thorn may be just a plant, but it is also a powerful psychotropic drug that causes undesirable diuretic effects. I would advise against Sir taking any.
Puis...
A little Carmelite water would do me a lot of good. Could you find me some, please?
Oh, the tonics are under lock and key, sir. Lord Mortimer only allows access to them in cases of emergency.
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would, but unfortunately I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir, and I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend Sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
Bon. Moi j'ai appris 2-3 trucs. Ah, cool, un élixir. Ah ouais, quand même. Il me semble que là j'avais tout vu. Bon, bah allez.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the King's table.
I am delighted.
And you, sir?
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A Sauternes, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favorite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mentioning that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
My lord, I only know the prestige of your name. Might I have the honor of getting to know you a little better?
You are Monsieur...
Louis Moras de Richet.
De Richet. De Richet. A name with a nobiliary particle. Are you descended from a noble line?
Yes, I heard the news.
I am just a simple French citizen.
Really? Oh, you seem nothing like a commoner. Especially compared to that wretch over there sharing our meal.
Who does not know about her?
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
He's certainly well connected and in high places.
Surprising. No one appears to know him.
No one knows me, and yet here I am.
Quite so.
Monsieur de Richet, it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
Oh, le petit accent. Alors, conviction, ça marche pas sur lui. Faut que je m'en souvienne. Oh shit. Ouais.
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet.
Putain, on dirait moi quand je parle anglais.
To answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
J'en sais rien, moi.
I don't know. Maybe you ought to speak to my mother.
Oh, what a pity. I was hoping you would be up to the challenge.
Et merde. Putain.
I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
J'en sais rien. Hein. Bon, et tant pis.
You are joking, I hope.
Oh putain, je fais que de la merde.
Simply not capable of taking charge, don't you see? They are an uneducated mob who react on the spur of the moment, incapable of providing a coherent vision for the good of the country. I think there must be a misunderstanding.
What do you mean?
I cannot believe that Lord Mortimer advised me to speak to you. I must have misunderstood. Excuse me, please.
Bravo, Louis. Total fiasco.
My friends, I would like to say a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington. Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
Eh ben, j'ai tout foiré. J'aurais pu fouiller la chambre. Ah putain, j'aurais dû essayer toutes les chambres. Ouais. Oh bon, écoute. Aucun regret. Alors, 4 points. vigilance. Et il m'en reste un. Conviction, ça peut être pas mal.
Let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Ok, je vais prendre celui-là sur les étiquettes. Des trucs que je peux récupérer ici.
The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
Ok, là je peux sortir. Clé à motif, c'est peut-être ça, non?
The lock is surrounded by a triple circle. Romney painted Lady Hamilton as Circe. Discourse on the Method by Descartes. This book changed the way I looked at the world. Circe preparing wine. What better trap for Ulysses? The Conversion of Ulysses by Gurs. Circe changing Ulysses' companions into swines.
Et c'est les cochons. Je peux sortir aussi par là.
Circe turning Ulysses' companions back into humans. Ulysses and Circe at the table. If I were you, Ulysses, I wouldn't drink the wine. A swine in a salon. It's an odd choice of decor.
Alors, son éminence.
Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already
Ah oui, tout à fait.
I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
Ah, on n'est pas de comme cochon, dis donc.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
Do not worry. It is typical of him. What can I say? Lord Mortimer is a very busy man. I should think you are beginning to worry.
To tell you the truth, not really.
You are right. Be positive. Perhaps Sarah is in the company of Lord Mortimer, and they will both turn up shortly.
But while I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
As I haven't visited all the manor yet, I wondered if you hadn't seen a Medusa by any chance.
I beg your pardon?
Yes, La Gorgogne, the Medusa from Greek mythology. Would you have seen one? In any shape or form?
Not at all, my son. I'm not sure what you're getting at, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be of any use to you.
Thank you anyway, Your Eminence. I won't take up any more of your time. On that last word, then I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
Bon, il sait pas où c'est, tant pis. Oula.
Actress, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
A few pages out of an old encyclopedia. Where all eyes size you up. Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of. And she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now? Liberty or Death by Regnault. Well, I'll take liberty, please. But I do understand his choice, even though it seems radical. Allegory regarding the decoration of the rights of men. That's the least you could say. Celia. That name means nothing to me. The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. The last day before his crucifixion, Jesus announces that he will be betrayed by one of his disciples. The Song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near. His brain is oozing by either ear. With his brain oozing, it's already remarkable that he can feel anything. Ah, François Ier, Receiving the Holy Family, a painting by Raphael. Amber. The Fall of Phaeton, another painting by Rubens. Poor Phaeton, struck by lightning for borrowing his father's chariot and losing control of it. Amber. The Company by Rembrandt. A meeting between Louis XIV and Philippe V. I wonder why Mortimer's particularly fond of this painting.
Alors... Ah, je peux aller là encore.
A painting with no name.
Ah, elle est là, la méduse. Ok.
Find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern?
and the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand.
Oui, mais j'aurais pas foiré le livre, je saurais. Tiens.
The origin of myths, a reinterpretation of legendary creatures. Just what I need. The text is in French on the left-hand page and in Latin on the right hand. Let's find the chapter on the Medusa. Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon, the Medusa.
Ok. Celui à l'épée, celui à l'épée. Et elle, est-ce que je peux la pivoter? Attends, c'était quoi le message exactement?
Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon, the Medusa.
Les héros détournaient l'attention de la Gorgogne, le héros et l'épée brandit son âme vers Méduse. Il détourne son attention. Donc elle regarde pas le mec à l'épée. Elle regarde peut-être le mec à la lanterne. Lui peut-être qu'avec son bouclier. Ou alors elle regarde peut-être le mec au bouclier.
Now, Louis, it's time to keep a logical mind, as every good scientist should. The aim is to defeat the Medusa, so what can the lantern be for? To light up the Medusa? Hardly likely. The hero holding the lantern will be easy prey, and the shield will be of no use. To light up the sword? No, that makes no sense. So that leaves the shield. I wonder if the aim is to play with the light. If I turn the shield right, the light would be reflected. The ray of light will perturb the Medusa and focus her attention on the best protected hero. If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work.
There must be something else. Whoa.
Rah! For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
I was feeling a bit peckish. I went in search of the kitchen and I ended up here.
Your sense of direction is mind-boggling, isn't it? Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, in your dreams. At your service, madam. A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Do you think that can really be Jason's golden fleece?
No, you are aware that Jason and the Argonauts is a myth, aren't you?
But Mortimer's been protecting this hide. It must be of great value, don't you think?
Certainly of historical value. This kind of hide is still used by gold diggers in Eastern Europe. Now you see how easy it is to obtain a legend.
Why do you have to act so nonchalant every time I show you something?
Louis, anyone can kill a sheep, rip off its hide, and say it's the Golden Fleece.
We're at Lord Mortimer's, not at some farmyard fair. You're just too skeptical.
And you have a tendency to believe anything. Talk about an unlikely pair.
Yet, you know opposites attract, don't you? An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
How did the English manage to get their hands on them?
When someone wants to attract the attention of the world's leading power, somehow the gifts just pour in.
You wouldn't have gone to the Vatican recently, would you?
Are you calling me a thief?
Certainly not. Never entered my mind. Hey, Mortimer's the author of this work. He talks about his passion for art. Guess what I found?
The Holy Grail.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
This could go on for hours. Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath.
Stop! Don't put your grubby fat fingers on it.
You find my fingers fat?
At least put on some gloves.
Please note, my fingers are slim.
You were going to leave marks. My God, what an amateur.
Many a harpsichord players would love to have sexy fingers like mine.
Tell me where you took your infiltration classes so I can have your tutor executed.
Let's compare hands then. We'll soon see whose fingers are fattest.
No, I'm not going to compare hands with you. Let's just keep going.
Bad loser. Oh, looks like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer himself.
Non, je voulais pas lui parler.
Here's something interesting. A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention.
How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
See those fine scratches around the words?
Yes, and?
The ink barely spreads on the paper. It spreads exactly the same way on the signature. The deed was written using the same ink. If it is a fake, then it's a professional job. Several people have played the part of Mortimer, a part that has been passed down from generation to generation. Different men, but with one sole identity.
An intriguing hypothesis, and yet less twisted than some of my previous cases.
At last, you finally agree with me about something.
These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess, these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take? Why keep such a collection hidden in a secret room? Any thoughts?
Mortimer has every reason in the world to conceal it, even if only to keep it from people like us.
Hey, Emily, we're not thieves. We're only looking. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something.
Oh, de l'ambre. Yes, amber.
You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
This weapon is typically French, quite old, undoubtedly goes back to the Crusades. If it is a true Damask sword, it's worth more than a kingdom.
It really does look like Joan of Arc's sword.
The famous Maid of Orleans. One of your favorite historical heroines.
You bet. Given the number of English butts she kicked.
And we all know where that got her. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place? What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
Ah, j'ai pas le
At least
choix.
this way, things are clear. How do you expect me to open up to you at all if you can't even reassure me? Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese, but I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily. I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Alors attends, que je me plante pas. Non. Vulnérabilité, psychologie. Ouais.
intelligent, sure of herself. Only weak spot is her difficulty talking about herself.
I don't know much about your past, but I'm guessing you had to get by on your own for much of your life. It might have closed you off, and that can be a disadvantage. It might be time for you to open up and risk a little trust. Not every man you meet wants to hurt you.
Yes, you may be right. I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
Attends, ça marche ça ou pas? Je crois pas. Hein.
Oh, it's crystal clear. You don't like people telling you what to do, and you do like giving the orders to everyone.
If I were the matron you speak of, I would have found an underling to search this place, and I would be sound asleep in my bed.
Et merde.
I already have a work partner. I know my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me, but I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is...
J'aurais dit Washington.
Your sister. She's your partner. She's the one you're looking for.
Well, I am impressed. How the devil did you guess I had a sister? Virtually no one even
Mais non,
knows.
c'était pas... Bon, bah j'ai bien fait de...
Getting results, you are very good. I grant you that. You deserve to know why the sight of the cameo pendant affected me so strongly. I thought it belonged to Emma, my twin sister.
Oh. Now I get why you said you had a memory for two.
Yes. You can't imagine to what extent, though. As children, everyone got us mixed up. So one day we decided to play along. Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with two faces.
Clever. But isn't it complicated? How do you make it work?
One of us has no existence in the outside world. We share everything. First for one, then for the other. We dress the same, wear the same makeup, we speak the same. We've learned to act as one. When we accept a mission, we both turn up. This time, though, she went ahead, and I was meant to wait for her on the mainland. She was meant to meet Sir Home and bring back the details, so we could work out who would follow up.
And there was a problem?
She was supposed to return from Mortimer's 1 week ago. The boat turned up at Plymouth, but alas, no trace of my sister. Instead, a sailor passed me a message from home, notifying me of her sudden disappearance.
So, my mother and your sister go missing just a few days apart. That's strange. Maybe their disappearances are linked.
It's clearly a possibility, but up to now I haven't found a trace of either of them.
None of this is very reassuring.
By the way, Louis, now that you are in on the secret, you are obliged to keep it to yourself. Or you will pay very dearly.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
It's time to leave.
Promis, je vais rien révéler sur elle.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Actually, this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please, don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
I was sure there was a certain je ne sais quoi between us.
Louis, we need to talk now. Otherwise, it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do?
Je te préviens, si c'est pas important, tu vas le regretter.
Sorry, Emily, but I can't leave Elizabeth like this.
All right, Elizabeth. How can I help?
Thank you. Come on, follow me.
Well, Elizabeth, what was so urgent? For God's sakes, what happened in here?
Oula!
I really need to talk to you, Louis, right now.
Does Lord Mortimer know the mess you've made of your room?
Listen to me, damn it! My days are numbered.
All right. What have you got on your mind now?
You've got to listen to what I have to say while there's still time. You need to know the truth about your mother.
About my mother? What do you mean?
I saw her.
Saw who? You saw my mother? When?
Just last night. I went out to walk along the cliff top and I saw her in the distance. She tried to hide right away, but I'm sure it was her.
Are you saying you recognized my mother in the middle of the night while she was hiding?
Yes, Louis, I know it was her.
You just said she was far away, right? In the middle of the night. And the exterior of the island isn't exactly well lit.
Listen, I'm telling you, it was her.
She doesn't hesitate on her answers. She's not trembling. She's really convinced of what she's seen.
Did you talk to each other?
No, she was far away. I didn't make any noise, and then she was gone.
Have you told anyone you've seen her? Sir Holm? Mortimer?
You don't understand. It's her. She's here.
Yes, I understand.
No, you're not listening. The moment I saw her, I was overcome by spasms. She's here. I'm telling you, it was her. Yes, I need something to calm me down.
Non, surtout pas.
No thanks, I'd better not.
Listen, if you want me to tell you everything, you have to drink with me, Louis. What I have to say to you is of the utmost importance.
Ouais, juste un verre.
I'll drink with you, but let's go easy on it, okay? I don't know where she gets her rot gut from, but frankly, it's disgusting.
You know, Louis, when I came here, it was in the hope of getting help. I've only just now realized that I've been drawn here into a trap.
Whoa. Alcohol's
Ah, la salope.
gone to my head.
Here, the condemned's last drink.
Elizabeth, alcohol never solves anything. I'm gonna stop now.
Listen up. You want to know what your mother was capable of, right? You want to know the reason why. Well, you're gonna have to follow me to the bottom of the abyss, Louis. Either drink or get out.
No, I won't drink.
All right, Louis, then get the hell out of here. You're incapable of opening your eyes, so be it. Get out!
Ah, je me méfie là. Oh, attends. L'autre, elle nous fait des pentagrammes sur le sol. Non.
Why the hell did I go with Elizabeth? I could have spent the night with Emily, but no. I had to go play the night with a big heart. Never mind. Tomorrow's another day.
Ah, c'est dur, c'est dur. Le joueur français est sous la touche.
Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
Oh merde!
What's going on? You are in deep trouble, my young friend.
Bon, au moins il n'y a pas de raté. Merde! Alors, les points. 4 points disponibles. On va prendre érudit. Ça. On va prendre aussi politique. On va prendre aussi linguistique. Et conviction. Comme ça, on a au moins les choses. Ok, bon. Et ben là c'est la fin du premier épisode. Bon c'est cool, c'est sympa au moins. Au début j'ai eu un peu peur parce qu'il y avait beaucoup de choses d'un coup là. Alors les talents, les machins, les trucs, j'ai fait oula oula oula. Et ça va, c'est drama. Ce genre de jeu de toute façon c'est drama et c'est tout ce que j'aime. Et ben du coup je vous dis à la prochaine pour l'épisode 2. Et puis bah salut.